Hello everybody, this is Christine Divina Manuel, and for today's video, I'll be sharing with you my learnings from the input about observation data collection method. So from the input, I understand that the meaning of observation, which is um, a way of collecting data through observing and immersing yourself as a researcher where your respondents or participants are while taking notes or recording. So I've also learned that observation as a data collection method can be structured or unstructured. From the input, I learned that there are four types of observation. First is participant observation, which means intensive interaction between researcher and your participant. Second is non-participant observation, which means researcher does not participate in the activities of the respondents or participants. Third is naturalistic observations, which means this requires that the researcher must observe the subject under the study in their natural setting. It means there's no distraction. They have like to observe, like for example, if it's like it's about study about the giraffe or study about it like this, like you have to observe them in their natural setting. Um, there's no choreography in other ways. And of course, simulation observation. This means a researcher simulates or recreates a situation, environment or systems, and observes the subject under study in a simulated environment. So, in doing observation, I understand that it entails a systematic noting and recording of the events, behaviors, and artifacts or object in a social setting chosen. I also learned that there are three kinds of noting, which are field notes, descriptive field notes, and reflective field notes. So the advantages of observation data collection method is, of course, you have a direct access to a research phenomena, and it has high levels of flexibility in terms of application and generating a permanent record of phenomena from the participants. But the disadvantages of observation method is that it requires longer time requirements. So you have if you are if your study is about ethnography, you have to really immerse yourself for how many months to really observe your participants, and it can also have high levels of observer bias that happens actually, and impact of observer on a primary data in a way that presence of observer may influence, of course, the behavior of sample group elements, and that we should do away from that as researcher we influence their views. As researcher also, we should be aware and observe ethical considerations in doing observation data collection method, because behavior of sample groups may change with negative implications on the level of research validity. So we don't want to have trouble um, we don't want to have trouble in the future. So prior to conduct of the study or prior doing that, you must consider a lot. You must have observe ethical consideration, observing a particular group of participants of your study. So I think that are the things that I've learned from the input and also from the YouTube that was provided to us by Dr. Ramos. I know that observation data collection method is a useful tool for us as researchers to really know and to really understand our participants and also the phenomena and events or behavior that happens to them. So that would be all. Thank you, and thank you for listening. Stay safe, everyone.